Alright, so part of my project for my software engineering students is to talk about 2 tools a week. One of the tools is software engineering related or engineering related. The other one is security, and this week actually be more privacy, so security and privacy related. So for the software engineering or engineering tool, what I want to talk about today, and I'll publish this on TechEduTips as well, is following feeds. So I think it's really important for my software engineering students and engineering students in general to share their thoughts and practice their communication skills in writing, creating videos, recording audio, and part of writing is reading. So it's a very important part. So I think it's important to follow different sources. So this is actually in some ways related to the security privacy video as well, because I'll be talking about the Fediverse. But for this video I want to talk about following feeds. So there's lots of blogs on the universe of blogs, and we can follow lots of different ones. For example, I'll just bring up mine, because if I'm going to use an example of a blog, I might as well bring up mine. So this is my blog. So you might want to read my blog or another blog or hundreds of blogs, and you could create bookmarks, like I have a bookmark bar here, and follow different blogs, but it gets cumbersome. So what you probably want to do is have a tool that will let you know when there's a new post on all these places. Kind of like a social media tool like Twitter or Facebook that has your feed that shows you new things. They sometimes curate that feed to do different things, but I'd like a pure way to see what are the new posts on different things that I'm interested, different sites that I'm interested, and that's what a feed reader is used for. So all of these tools use what's called RSS, or Real Simple Syndication. You can take a look at that. There's other ways of thinking about what RSS stands for, but I like to use Real Simple Syndication. And so I put a poll out to, well, not a poll, just a question out to people. So I'll be talking about Mastodon in another video, but in Mastodon I asked for people to give me suggestions of an RSS reader. And Miguel, who I wasn't following, but I'm following now, answered, so power of social media. And Miguel suggested InnoReader Feedly are 2 web-based, MiniFlux, Quite RSS, and then he gave me some links, and NetNewsWire. And so I'm of course thanking them. Darcy Norman, who I've interacted with for years and never met in person, does really good work, seems like a really great person. NetNewsWire, and that's his suggestion. And then Clint, who I've been collaborating with for years now, and I got a chance to meet back in 2019 when we were last flying at the Open Education Conference, suggested InnoReader as well. Frederick I haven't met in person, but he suggested Reader, which I didn't know about, which is cool. So that's what I got from Mastodon. On Twitter I got a bunch of feeds. Raj almost trolling me with Google Reader, which is sad. You should look it up. A lot of us used it before. Fresh RSS is what Tim sent me. MiniFlux came up from him and some other people. Joe, a colleague of mine, has a blog post talking about this, and he suggested Feedly as well. Chris put out InnoReader, common as well. Thank you, Chris. And then Rodrigo is a student of mine. I can't remember right now when Rodrigo graduated, but I'm guessing sometimes around 2000. And I should turn off my notifications there, but there we go. There's my wife answering one of my messages. And yeah, so that came out via Twitter and even Facebook, which I don't tend to get this kind of reaction on Facebook, but Alfred, who I also follow on Twitter, retired educator, really great person who does a lot of good work. He also suggested Feedly. So I just wanted to show you the power of social media to go out and get some ideas, because I think that's important, and that's why we want to follow posts and follow things. Most of these people who replied to me also blog. So I just want to go through quickly. One of the suggestions was Unread, which is an RSS reader for iOS. I don't have iOS, so I can't really test that. Another one was Fiery Feeds. You might want to check that if you're on iOS. InnoReader I have used before, so you might want to check out InnoReader. It's a nice tool. Fresh RSS, I don't know about this. I haven't used it before, but definitely a chance. And this is a good screenshot view, right? It's showing you what are the latest posts in kind of a time order. And then there's also Feedly. I've used Feedly. I'm not sure what my Feedly feed's looking like right now. And then MiniFlux. Some people suggested this. You could install this on your own server, which is great for nerds. I'd like to take a look at that. NetNewsWire. I do not know about this because I don't use Mac lately, and I've never had iOS devices. Well, I had iPods, but that's not the same. So Quiet RSS has also come up in the suggestion, so you might want to check that out. And then Reader 5. So I don't want to make this video too long. We can talk more about RSS feeds and the like. I will probably make another video looking at my RSS feed and how I use my feed reader. But I wanted to put a video out about, I think this is an important tool so that you can keep track of all the things you want to read. It's like curating your own newspaper. And if you don't read newspapers, or you don't have the habit of reading newspapers, for those of us that grew up reading newspapers, it's having your own custom newspaper, which is pretty cool. So that's all I wanted to record for this video. It probably went out a little bit long, but it's a very mixed video this week. And thank you for watching this video about RSS. Feel free to follow me on the socials, which I've shared through here, and have an excellent rest of your week.